Whoa. Come a little closer. Let me put my glasses on. Holy smokes, I'm right. I thought you looked good last time, but you look absolutely amazing. If you're doing even half as good as you look, I bet you're doing pretty awesome. Because you look pretty great. I hope you're doing amazingly, like I just said. I am doing pretty darn good myself. Thank you for asking. I have had a very busy week, started a new job, loving it. Training is difficult. It's like trying to take a drink out of a fire hose. I'm sure we've all been there before. Some amazing stuff has happened in the past week. Number one, I found this on the side of the road. Pretty cool, right? A typewriter. I'm pretending I'm sending messages, not pretending I'm sending messages. I'm sending messages to people saying, hey, look at my new laptop, and seeing how confused they are. They probably think that I'm a fool, but that's okay. I kind of fit that job description a lot of the time. What else happened? Oh, this happened. Check this out. So I walked back here to check out my old hives because I thought that I was gonna pick up some more bees. And looky. The swarm must have decided that this blue hive is a good home. They're really busy and awesome, and I haven't had the heart to crack it open and make sure everything's okay in there, but they look like they're doing great. So there you go. That's good news for a day, for sure. Bees are important, and it's nice to see a hive alive. I know, right? It's not every day that you get free things, and a free hive full of bees that are healthy and happy. That's a pretty cool thing, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I'm telling you anyways, it's a pretty cool thing. Bees are in a bad spot. So, you know what? It behooves us to do our utmost to help them out. I don't actually take the honey out of my hives even. I have a few hives that before COVID, I just let the bees do their thing, to be honest. And unfortunately, between mites and whatever else that goes on with bees, they haven't done so hot. Hopefully this bunch does better. During COVID, I live on an island, and it's a little bit hard was a little bit hard to get stuff here. Because I don't think that Amazon ships bees in the mail. At least not yet. Anyway, super stoked about that. I am actually toying with the idea of getting one of these really cool new fangled hives that you can just turn the tap and you get honey coming out. I will give even a shameless plug. It's called a flow hive, and they're a very cool thing, and I dig them. But they're a bit expensive, so I'm not 100% if I'm going to or not. Because I've already got some hives anyways. And the birds agree with me. I spend the money right now. What else? Typewriter, bees, job, holy smokes. That's a lot of stuff already. Let's get down to talking about some other cool stuff. So, I got this. This is a replacement brush for this. And the reason being, because as some of you who are regular viewers of the channel know, I kind of have my own wacky and wild way of painting, and I call it different names. Sometimes I call it splotching, smushing, squashing, various other words. I'm pretty aggressive with my paintbrushes, and that isn't just a thing that I do with this one in particular. It's just paintbrushes in general I am not dainty with. And this guy. I'll show you how it looks at the end there. Can you see that? It has had some better days. Looks like he needs a haircut. Look, hey, it's my hairdo. Look at that. Pretty cool. Nifty. Maybe I have to stick with this then, because it's just like my head. Anyways, as you can imagine, trying to deal with that thing when you're actually trying to be a little more dainty, well, it was time to get a new one. I'm not going to chuck it out though because of one thing. This is my one thing that I will say about this. It's plastic. And if you know me, I am not madly in love with plastic. Our oceans are full of it. Landfills are full of it. And I'm full of it. You're full of it. Animals are full of it. Everybody is full of this plastic junk that we thought was going to help the world. And it has instead filled our lives with plastic. It is what it is. It's too late to worry. But art is important too. So I picked this thing up. I'm super excited. I'm going to put a link to these, as I have before, in the descriptions. So pick yourself up one. Now, I could open this up. I'll open it up. What the heck? It's like Christmas. I know you're... Here, I'll do it so you can hear it. There you go. Now I can make this. Here, I'll let you hear the whole thing. It's like Christmas. Oh, just what I always wanted. Now, take a look at that, baby. Oh, you beautiful thing. I'm gonna just mash and smash you too, and you will soon look like your strange cousin. That's what, this is what that once looked like. That's wild, man. I forgot. These are great. I cannot say enough about them. Put the right lid on, the right one. So, if you don't know, because maybe you haven't seen my channel before, these are the most amazing things for those of us who like watercolors. You just screw this baby off, fill that with water, screw it back on, and then get to work. Because the water's in there. It's like magic. It's like magic and then some. They're great. I can't even say enough. I wish I invented this thing, to be completely honest, because it is a life-changing tool of creation. You want one. By the way, if I haven't mentioned it, which I don't believe I have, and now I've torn this thing off, it is a Pentel Aquash. I don't know what that means. Aquash water brush. Why is it called Aquash? I don't know. It's probably like agua or aquatic or whatever, that aqua kind of word. So it's, yeah, they're trying to be smart, putting water and brush together, which they have, but they don't need to call it something crazy because it's already amazing and wonderful, and I love it so much. I don't even know where I first found out about them. I may have been walking around an art supply place. It may have been just cruising the interwebs. It may have just been something that popped up on Amazon and I was like, I'll try that thing out. But whatever it was, do you have one? Because you need one. I don't even use a regular brush unless I'm using acrylics. This is what I use for my watercolors, and it has changed my life because all I use are these things here. My Uniball pen, my Bic Velocity pencil, my Pentel ink brush, which I love, the best thing ever, and then the Aquash. Oh, and I should say I, have my gum eraser as well, but that's not the same. That is my eraser. It's not a tool of creation. It's a tool of, well, I wouldn't say destruction, but erasure. And that's all I use for my art, plus my paints, obviously. Now, if you're wondering why you should get one, I don't need to show you, because you know what, if you want to see what these things are capable of, watch one of my videos, watch the sketchbook tour, watch, the how to paint things, and you'll see exactly what these things are capable of. And you will be like, wow, if he can do that, I can do at least that, and maybe even then some. And let me know what it is that you do, because I would love to know. The thing that's brilliant about it is you don't need to carry around water. You don't need to, have a separate thing with water in it with your brush and just like the whole process. Instead, you got this, and it's good to go with everything you could possibly want. And I'm actually pretty excited, because what I'm thinking, and I know you're like, you can be really smart, or you can be something else. But this is a smart idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the smushy, kind of frizzled looking, frayed, messed up looking, well-loved Aquash brush for my smushing, and I'm going to use this one when I'm being a little bit more gentle. So now I'm going to have two. See, at first I was like, well, what do I do with this guy? Do I just chuck him? And of course the little voice in my head that doesn't want to waste things said, no, you will not. You shall not pass. Instead, we're going to use two. They're slightly different colors, or at least it's maybe because this has been so well used or well loved. I think that's a great idea. So get two. They're pretty cheap. I can't remember how much it was, but I think they're less than 20 bucks. That's a good deal if you ask me. For the amount that I have used this, it's like an everyday use, and I have been using this for quite some time until it got the frayed end. Now I've got two, and well, you know what? I'm going to try to stick with being gentle with this one, but we all know how life is. So anyways, that is what I'm gonna say for this. I know it's not maybe the greatest review. Well, yeah, it is. It's literally the best review, because I'm someone that actually uses it. I'm not being paid by Pentel or Amazon or YouTube or anybody else for that matter. Oh, except for my new job. They are paying me. And I would give the shameless plug to this thing because it is so awesome. And even Pocket agrees and is speaking to all the birds out there to please purchase the Aquash water brush. This one, by the way, is the medium brush. You can get it in all different, styles and sizes, and it will help you create some amazing things. And I would suggest that you add color to your life, to your work, to your sketchbook, because it just gives a better dimension to it. I tried doing a sketchbook just in pencil, looking back at the stuff that I've done in the past. And the most recent one, if you haven't watched it yet, good Lord, you should be watching it. Why haven't you watched it? It's a sketchbook tour of my most recent sketchbook that I have used an explosion of freaking color and then some. And that was all with that awesome water brush. So check it out if you haven't yet. Tell me what you use. If you make your own brushes, well, you know what? I can understand that vibe. That's pretty cool. But unless you can figure out how to put water in the handle, it'd be pretty hard to beat that thing. And I think that's all I've got for you this week. How exciting can it be? Typewriters for free. Bees for free. You know what would be better? Make it even more awesome would be if these were for free, but they're not. That's just the way it goes. You got to pay a little bit to get a little bit. What's going on with you? Please say hello. Let me know how your life is going. Let me know what's new with you. Let me know every little thing that you want to let me know, because I think that would be a cool thing to do. I think that's all I've got for you this week. You take care of yourself. I hope you're having a best week, a best day, a best life. I hope you're being kind and compassionate with yourself and thinking about others. And you know what? That's what's important in this world, is what we do. And you know what? We can't always do big things, but we can do small things with a whole lot of heart. I'll talk to you later.